Today, lots of Porsches and a Ferrari. Hang in there. Hi there. Porsches sold on Bring a Trailer include a speed yellow over black 2000 Boxster S with 81,000 miles located in Canada that sold for $13,236. A U.S. delivered car, this was a bargain. An Arctic silver over a sad sea of sullen gray 2001 Boxster with 61,000 miles sold for $14,000. Acquired here 2 years ago for $14,250, this was a bit of a bargain, even with the possible alternator and water pump needs. An Alaska Blue over Black 1974 914 sold for $19,140. Most of this car looks nice. This was a fair sale. A repainted purple 1970 911T Coupe Project car sold for $24,000. Lots of work to be done here, but I think it was a bargain. Well purchased. A black 1993 968 Coupe with 189,000 miles sold for $24,968. A good car for the money. This was a fair sale, but as I sometimes share, I think there's additional value here, even with these miles. A Marathon Blue 1974 914 2.0 sold for $25,000. This presents as an original car, unrestored and truly in need of paint. This was a fair sale. An Arctic Silver lightly modified 43,000 mile 2002 911 Coupe sold for $35,929. A decent car for the money, this was a fair sale price. A black 2008 911 C4S Coupe with 85,000 miles sold for $40,500. A nice 997, this sold at a fair price. A Pacific Blue 1982 911 SC Targa with 51,000 miles located in Canada sold for $43,000. Shipped new to the U.S., this was a fair sale price given the lack of history provided. A Lapis Blue 2003 911 C4S Coupe with 55,000 miles, also located in Canada, sold for $43,996. Even with the sorry, seemly sea of ghastly grayness, this was a fair sale price, and I like it. A mostly blue, 23 years owned 1970 914 6 track car sold for $46,250. Listed as a track car but street legal and registered in California, this was on the bargain end of the fair sale range. A white, repainted 1968 912 Coupe presented by a great seller sold for $47,500. Originally Bahama yellow, the paint here is in good shape and the car presents well too. This was likely beyond a fair sale price because of a handful of issues or potential items to replace or to return to factory specs. A black 1989 944 S2 Coupe with 37,000 miles sold for $49,000. A fat sale price for a low-mile, single-owner, single sport seat S2, this was well sold. A rusty bucket 1953 356 Pre-A Coupe Project car sold for $70,000. This 356 was placed in storage in 1968 and pulled from storage last month. Originally azure blue, a fantastic color for a 53, this could be a value play if a restoration crew is on retainer. Aside from that, this was well sold. A somewhat faded Venetian blue 1987 911 Coupe with 91,000 miles sold for $78,500. Not a bad car, this was a fair sale. A midnight blue 1995 911 C4 Coupe sold for $85,500. Acquired here 3 years ago for $58,100. Nice. This was a fair sale. A linen gray 1989 911 Coupe with 95,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $110,000. Sold here in January for $155,000. Sorry to see the buyer take a bath like this. I did a short video on this car then, and I called it a top of market sale. The link is below. This was a fair sale price. A Grand Prix White 1974 911 Carrera Coupe sold for $145,000. Just over 500 of these were produced, and this is a fine example. This also was a fair sale price. A GT Silver 3100 mile 2019 911 GT3 Touring sold for $245,000. You know, I don't get it. Sticker here was $168,000. This was obscenely well sold. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 1987 328 GTS with 18,000 miles sold for $104,000. This seems to be a lot of car for the sale price. Well purchased. 6 cars on Bring It Together were bid with their reserves not met July 29th and 30th. An Ocean Blue 2000 Porsche 911 Carrera Coupe with 92,000 miles was bid to $16,000. A black 1976 912E with 158,000 miles was bid to $40,000. A black 8,000-mile 2006 911 C4S Coupe was bid to $69,000. A Pink Pig modified 1987 911 Coupe track car with 88,000 miles was bid to $90,000. Very cool. A repainted gray 3-liter powered 1968 911 Coupe was bid to $105,000. A Rosso Chiaro 1976 Ferrari 308 GTB Vetro Resina was bid to $69,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well.